Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku is the listener of the Dark Brotherhood, Part 1. Now before we begin our story, I'm gonna run some brief information. It won't be as long as the last one on the last part, so at least you don't have to worry about that. Now, I know in the comic books, from, no, not comic books, from the manga, I know the sword has more than three forms, but in this story, the sword only has three forms, and he doesn't. This deck is not based off Gluttony's power set whatsoever. So I just took the idea of the sword morphing into the story because I thought it was an interesting idea. Instead of having Izuku carrying around, different type of weapons, he just has to carry one weapon, and it has a multitask tool for it. So it's pretty much like a Switch Army knife when it comes to Skyrim. Oh, Izuku does have some spells that I haven't implemented into the story yet. You'll see in as the story continues, he'll use different abilities that I'll give him. Oh, for the people that are not familiar with Riften, the Thief Skills is based in Riften, in the sewers. That place called the Rag and Flagon. But we're not going to get into that right now. So we're going to start off our story where Ezekiel finally got down to the bottom part where the beginning of this, the door to the sewer. Short note before we begin, or before we continue, the pictures that I will show in here might not be the sewers from Riften, but you get what I'm going for this. So he opens the door as he sees a hooded woman leaning against one of the support beams as she's just throwing a knife up in the air and catching it and doing that same motion. As the woman looks at Izuku, what what does the Grim of Skyrim has? Oh, sorry. What does the Grim of Skyrim has business here? This is Thieves Guild territory. State your business and your intent. I have no business with the Thieves Guild. My only concern is the little rats that has most frequently occupied your territory. Stay out of my way. You'll live longer. As Izuku walks past her, as she puts the knife in a sheath, I would love to, let you go about and leave to your own devices, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye on you while you're here. Think of me as a guide, sort of say. Thieves Guild know full well who you're after. And indeed, the villagers of Standar are hiding in the sewer. They asked for our protection, but we declined their offer. We declined. After all, it's only a matter of time before you showed up. You've made quite a name for yourself butchering them all across Skyrim. Skyrim, sorry. Don't get me wrong. I do understand why you're doing this. If I was in your shoes, I would do the same. And this whole decree from Cyrodiil saying the Red Eye clan is outdated worshippers, that's laughable. The Red Eye clan has been well established through generations to despise anything that's not normal. Given that clan doesn't go around killing random vampires for no good reason, they're for the right price. That is. That's where the Thieves Guild and the Red Eye we approve of that aspect of your clan. Choose your next words carefully, thief. It might be your last. Easy there, friend. I'm just stating the facts. You're very good when it comes to business. That's all I was suggesting. But I should probably mention before we go any further, the vigilant, they did hire muscle, so expect some resistance, whatever you have planned. I don't know how they got them on board, but they did. As she tells Ezekiel to lean against the wall, as she as she adjusts her fingers to peek behind the corner. As you see several men in silver armor, as Ezekiel's like silver hand. How the hell did they get involved in this? As Ezekiel whispers to the thief, "Thief, explain this. They wouldn't never get involved with the vigilant of Standar. Simple, simple. Grim, one simple fact. Your family has made quite a bit of enemies over the years. So they jumped at the chance. Words around the street, Grim. It's a simple fact that the Vigilant of Standar and the Silver Hand work together. They work together to take down your clan. I see. I have some more digging to do, but if they are involved in this, they'll die as well. It's a long time. It's a long time past for them to pay their debt. As Ezekiel shifts his weapon into a bow, as the thief, her eyes widen as she sees that. As Ezekiel takes aim, as he shoots the two silver hand right in the head, as it pierces through their armor. As he uses magic, Ezekiel doesn't have to carry arrows. He's basically using magic for the arrows. As the red arrow sticks, as the whatever on them starts draining some sort of, as they start draining them of HP, as you know, yeah, it's a leech type of ability, as it type of spell, like life drain, but in a arrow form. As they all drop to the ground, both of them drop to the ground. As Ezekiel shifts his bow into his sword, as Ezekiel looks down at the one surviving one, as he slams his sword into the guy's gut. As he pulls it out, not gently, ripping through the armor and cutting right through the heart. As blood splatter all onto the wall. Immediately, when Ezekiel turns a corner, a sword goes going towards his head. As Ezekiel ducks, grabs the silver hand member from the helmet, rips it off, grabs onto his head, lifts him up. As he starts, red energy emitted from the silver hand member, or the silver hand, going towards Ezekiel, as Ezekiel is using a spell called Touch of Death. As the man falls in seconds onto the ground, lifeless. Now, this spell, if it's not interrupted, it could kill a target in seconds. Let's say it takes about, say if it's not interrupted by 8 seconds, the target will die immediately. Or before 8 seconds. The target will die. Izuku creates a bloodbath in the sewer, going the opposite way from the Ragged Flagon. It's on the other side of the sewer. So he's going the different way. So he has no business with the Thieves Guild, and the Thieves Guild are there just to keep track of his his activities while he's there. Izuku finally gets to the end where he's looking for the people he's looking for. As a group of villagers of Standar are at the back, as you see members of the Silver Hand standing in front of them, waiting for Izuku to get there. As the villagers of Standar start yelling, "Kill the demon!" As that commences, as they all unsheath their swords, as they begin to attack Izuku. I don't know how you're involved in this Silver Hand, in the massacre of my clan, but I'll find out. And if I find out you're involved in any metal level, you'll get the same treatment as those maggots over there. I suggest you walk away now. You'll live to see the next day. Fat chance, Red Eye. After we get rid of you, we won't have any competition towards our little hunts. There's only enough room in Skyrim for one group of werewolf hunters, and that's us, the Silver Hand, kid. And our leader jumped at a chance to get rid of you, scum. So Izuku's, I've I've heard enough. As Izuku, he's heard enough of what they have to say. He deemed them as guilty as the vigilant, so he's going to massacre both of them. And you thief. Yeah, Graham, I'll stay out of your way. I'll let you have your little fun. I won't interfere. I, Izuku Red Eye, proclamate the Vision of Standar in the Silver Hand, the mortal enemy of the Red Eye clan. Your two organizations will fall by my hand, and I'll eradicate you from the lands of Skyrim. Face your death with courage. As Izuku begins the battle, as he begins massacring the Silver Hand one after another, chopping off several of their heads off, chopping off their limbs, electrocuting them, as they all fall to the ground, as he kills all except for one, Vigilant of Standar, as the man's begging for his life. As Ezekiel picks him up by his throat, pins him to the wall. As he takes off, he leaves on his mask. Don't worry, Vigilant. Your death will serve a grand purpose. Your death will life you and my mortal foes, but in death, you'll be my allies. What do you mean by that? As Ezekiel starts using touch of death, as the man drops to the ground, as Ezekiel takes out a black soul gem, as all their souls get trapped into the black soul gem. As he crunches, as he grips it tightly. As he placed the soul gem right next to Soul Eater, as Soul Eater absorbs the soul into the blade. Well, Grim, as much as fun as this has been, I need to get a drink. As she grabs Izuku, you're gonna buy me a drink. As I'm what? Yeah, you're gonna buy me a drink after watching you massacre a bunch of people. Yeah, I need a drink. And you're paying for it. As she takes him to the rag and flagon. Takes him to the rag and flagon. The people there are suspicious of Izuku, but she informs them that the rest of the members that he's not going to cause no trouble. He was only here for Standar, and apparently now the Silver Hand's on his hit list. So they, it's been well known that Izuku doesn't like the the little holy warriors, the Vigilant of Standar. For some reason, I have a hard time saying vigilant. For some reason, yeah, it's one of those tongue twister words I have trouble saying sometimes. But let's continue forward. The Vigilant of Standar has been eradicated in the sewers in Riften. As Izuku, drinks with this thief. Thanks for the drink, by the way. She drinks her little ale, honey ale, I guess we would call it, or from whatever meadery they got at Riften. I know there's one that's really pretty famous in that town. It's from the Blackbriar family. Yeah, they have their little hands into a lot of things. What's your plans now, Grim? After your little adventure in the sewers? Simple. I'm going to find where they're located, and eradicate a whole lot of them. But what are you going to do afterwards? You must have some sort of game plan after you get your revenge. After I eliminate all the factors that want to cause me harm now, considering I'm the last one of my family line. Simple. To continue forward with what my family does is hunt monsters. In the village of Standar and Silver Hand, there are monsters in human form. They're no different than Deja when it into my eyes. Dajic worshippers to my eyes. Given my clan doesn't hunt down Dajic worshippers, but we have before. The simple fact my family line needs to continue. You're a little young to be thinking about that, aren't you? Man, you don't not sure how old you are, but I know I'm older than you. As yes, I'm probably younger than you. Hey, Izuku's about 16, and this woman is about around in her mid 20s. I do understand your point, Miss Thief, but my family legacy must continue. I will not have my family forgotten in the future. Over time, my family has a long history with Skyrim, and I'm not planning for that to disappear anytime soon. Very well, kid. I was just making sure you understand the situation you're going to get yourself into. But a word of warning, Grim. You've been caused a pretty ruckus around Skyrim, and some people have taken notice. Some people you don't want their attention. You have got the eye of the Dark Brotherhood. Just be wary that when someone gets the eye of the Black Brotherhood, it's never a good thing. He could drink the rest of his drink as he gets up. Thanks for the warning, Miss Thief. Until we meet again. As she waves him off. Thief is drinking at the flagon. Feel sorry for the people that makes who comes across that kid's path. He's a red eye after all. As you know, she continues to drink her drink as we cut to Izuku as he's walking out of the sewers. Izuku leaves Rift, and as he sees a carriage, there's a man sitting on it, waiting, just sitting on a carriage. Oh, sir, do you need to go one of the holds? Yes, I do. I wish to. How much is it? How much I forget what they're called. Septims. How many septims to get to Whiterun? As he's like 20, sir. As he gives 20 septims, gold coins to the driver. As Izuku gets in the back of the carriage. As he goes off, as I'm using the whole fast travel system in Skyrim, as how he gets to Whiterun. As I need to lay low for a little bit. I've been too active. Maybe see if I can get any intel at Whiterun. Whiterun. White Run. Not rum. Whiterun. I've killed about 30 vigilantes so far. I know that's not all of them. The Vigilance is a big organization. Then plus the Silver Hand's another foe that I have to deal with a certain way. I know of a couple of their bases from my father's past history with that group. They'll be easy to root out and to eradicate. But the village of Standard, they're all in hiding, so they're not going to be as easy to locate. So going to Whiterun is going to be my best bet. Carriage goes through an area where it's a cliffside. Sorry, the roadway is right in the middle as it's very high up. Sir, we might have a problem up ahead. Oh, what is it? This area has been reported throughout the whole to be very active with one of the bandit groups. So there's a possibility we might get attacked. If it does, if it does, I'll handle it. You stay in the carriage. I understood, sir. Hopefully we don't come across them, sir. As he goes back driving. As a boulder falls in front of the horse as he tried to get the horse back in under control. As a boulder lands on the back, behind him. As Ezekiel unsheaths Soul Taker, stay in a cart. One after another, they come sliding down the cliffside as they go into attack Ezekiel. As Ezekiel mows them down one after another, as the road's covered in blood. As the bandit leader gets up, or finally gets down there, caused my boy some trouble. But you're just a mortal man. You might be the boogeyman of Skyrim. But if you bleed, you can die. You got a lot of nerve to attack me, bandit. The moment you decide to attack me is the moment you sign your death warrant. The guy, as the bandit couldn't even react, as his head falls off his body, hits the ground, as his body flops, making a floppy noise, as Ezekiel sheaths his blade, walks off. Well, walks up to the front. You might want to back up the carriage a little bit, sir. It's going to get quite messy. Ezekiel reached out his hand as he stepped backwards from the boulder a little bit, as he shoots firebolts in rapid succession, destroying the boulder. As Ezekiel wanted to make sure the guy didn't get hurt by the ricochet from the rocks being blown up. As Ezekiel gets back in the back of the carriage, all right, we're good. As before they start leaving, Ezekiel throws another couple firebolts, destroying the boulder on the opposite side as they go off their merry way. The bandits are nowhere near his skill level, so this was an easy fight for him. Now, fighting, the lead of the Silver Hand will probably be very much difficult for him, but the normal members, what he's came across so far, yeah, he's been trained way too well for that. So that's why he's been mowing them down like crazy. So yeah, as the carriage finally gets to Whiterun, as Izuku's wearing a cloak to hide his face, as he gets to the main entry of the Whiterun gate, state your business, traveler. What what business do you have visiting our great city of Whiterun? I'm just a visitor. By the looks of you look to be Nord. As long as you're not one of those damn elves. As they open up. As Izuku's half Nord and half High Elf, so that technically would make him a Breton, but I don't know like if it's like a Breton is automatically strictly that's a race in like the elfin race in general, or it's a certain if it's a certain elf that makes a Briton. I'm not sure on the whole aspect of the whole reproduction, aspect of the lore of things. As Izuku enters the city, as he goes strictly towards the end, he goes to Banner Meyer or Meyer. I don't know how it's technically pronounced. My bad, but yeah, the inn in Whiterun. Izuku gets up to the bar area. Let's see. I think I should just show you a picture. Yeah, as he gets to where the bars, well, the innkeeper's at. She also runs the bar, so this just to tell you ahead of time. As he sits down, what do you need? Yeah, I need a room for about 2 months, and also food, and I need some information. I could get the room, food's no problem. As Ezekiel's, looking at the Nord woman. But the other thing, what type of intel do you want? And depending on the type of intel, it depends on the price. I need any rumors or any passing rumors about the Vigilant of Standar and the Silver Hand. Hmm. According to my memory, we haven't had any Vigilant of Standar ever since they went into hiding. Ever since the Grim of Skyrim went on his little, bloodbath across Skyrim. But I do know of a couple of Silver Hand bases nearby. As Izuku, several gold coins in location. As she taps the the table, as Izuku slides two more. Oh yeah, I believe they're located. As she gives him the location, it's nearby. It's a couple days travel, but it's the closest that I know of. Thank you, and I will allow me to direct you to your room. As she shows Izuku his room, as he ordered something. So as he went checked his room out, went back downstairs and chilled there for a little bit, eating dinner. Okay, if I'm going to attack a Silverhand encampment, I need supplies. Also, I probably should have some backup plans just in case if it goes wrong. I'll eat my food, then tomorrow I'll visit the alchemy shop, then the general goods. I would love to sit and talk to a court wizard, but I need to stay away from the Yulls as much as possible. So tomorrow I'll go down to general goods store, get some supplies, then head to the alchemy shop to get some ingredients for some health and mana potions. Then I will travel to this location and massacre a whole lot of them. Then rinse and repeat. Only traveling at night. To keep my presence as quietly as possible. I need to do the whole stealth approach. As Izuku finishes dinner, as he goes up to his room, as he goes to sleep, as that's, we're going to probably leave it off there. Yeah, it's a good spot to leave it off. I could continue forward, but it would have been a very long episode, and yeah, I'm good for right now. I want to go around and play some Skyrim because I'm talking about Skyrim, so I might as well play it. So I hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones, wherever you are in the world at the current moment in time. I'll catch you in the next video.